feel like Chicago public schools are very, like, in need of almost everything. I know that a lot of teachers, just like around the world, are going on strikes and like quitting and stuff. I think it's really important to fund public schools. I mean, that's been a problem forever, but I think, you know, with the pandemic, like, being a little weird right now, like, is it over, is it not over? I think it's really important for the students to get everything that they need.
I feel like the mayors should be focusing more on helping communities that lack resources gain resources and gain access to better infrastructure. I think that just continuing with funding the cops and pushing cop agendas is not helpful for anyone, and I really disagree with that.
I definitely think like giving more access to like all the homeless people around the city. I feel like they should have more like ability to find like shelter or like, I don't know, like opportunities to not just be living on the streets and like especially in like such like harsh weather conditions. I feel like they should like have a safe space to be and also have like the opportunity to like help themselves get out of that situation. Because like as much as like people help them on the street, I don't think it's like enough for them to like just get money from people. Like I think the government definitely needs to step in and help them like achieve a better quality of life.
From like a student perspective, when it comes to like housing, I feel like there should be more affordable options. I feel like a lot of the like housing prices has skyrocketed, and that's contributing to like gentrification, and there's no accessibility for people with like lower incomes or like students. So I think that there should be like some relief there from like the city funds, or like maybe a bill that like prevents landlords from raising to certain prices. And then as a driver, I feel like Chicago just extracts so much money from us. I feel like we're taking advantage of, and like I feel like there should be like a sliding scale of how much you pay based on how much you're able to for like tickets. Cause like I know people, myself included, who have been like heavily like just like my plans being destabilized because I had to pay a ticket fee, or like I couldn't pay another bill because of that. So I think they should really address that.
I would like to see more security in Chicago, especially for like women. I think recently there has been like many attacks towards women. Like I know around Humboldt Park there was a serial killer targeting women. Yeah, definitely more security. I'm not sure how the mayor could maybe fix that.
The imbalance between like the care for like north side and like south side, and like just like in general like the different sides of Chicago, because just like last month I was talking to people who have like lived here their whole life, and they were telling me about neighborhoods like Logan Square and like Lincoln Park and everything, like the violence that used to be there, and they were telling me like personal stories about those areas, and like obviously that's changed and it's like a complete 180, like it's completely flipped. And so we're kind of waiting to see that happen for like areas that are neglected now. So that's like really, really important.
I definitely think like abolishing like anti-homeless architecture and stuff like that, like getting rid of like benches with like the bars in the middle, or like having like no benches at all. Like I feel like that's really like, it's kind of like ostracizing to them, because it's like they don't really have any other choice. That's just where they have to be. Like they don't have a choice, and it's not like their fault that they're in that situation most of the time. And I feel like that, or like adding more homeless shelters that are nearby, more access to like public restrooms they can use, like just stuff like that, I feel like could go a long way.
Being present, going to rallies, supporting workers and stuff like that, and really if they're able to make any effort towards any of these like pressing issues.
I would trust a politician if they were like very involved with the community, you know. Seeing someone so detached from their community and who they're supposed to be protecting, and, you know, legislating, I guess. Like, seeing them detached from that is really just awful, and I just absolutely would not trust that person.
Personally, a lot of people who are heavily involved in the grassroots communities in the city, and I feel like those have more impact sometimes than the public programs, and I would trust a candidate who has been more involved in those kinds of things as opposed to like super political or has a law enforcement background or like and pretty much that's what I would look for.